It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the South region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors South.
Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Glad to have you along today. We're going to do something very unique, very different that we've never done in the 12-year history of Fox Sports Outdoors. I'd like to welcome you in right now to early morning on the southeast Atlantic coast. Walk back here and show you that this is the McKay River right here in the background. It dumps into St. Simons Sound and then directly into the Atlantic Ocean. We are going to be joined today by Captain Greg Hildreth. He guides up and down this entire coastline, and we're going to be doing something we've never done, and that's catch a shark on the show. But we're going to do it in a very unique and adventurous method, something you may not have seen before. So it's going to be really exciting. If we're successful there, we may spend a little time out looking for a tarpon as well. So let's get the Mako 21 LTS launched out into the Sound. In the meantime, we take you back to the FSN studios for your weekend planner.
According to the Salooner tables, you should hit the water early in the mornings or later in the day around sunset to experience the best game fish activity. The sun will rise at 6:57 and set at 5:26. And evenings will feature a moon that is 40% visible. Stay with us, we have all of your fishing updates from around the region on the way. Plus, I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Aaron Martins for this week's Ask the Pro feature.
Hey everybody, we've made it out right now with the Mako 21 LTS. Captain Greg Hildreth has joined us in the boat, and as you can see right here behind us, we're following a shrimp boat. Greg, why are we doing this?
Well, Barry, we're in here today targeting blacktip and spinner sharks, and they love being right here behind these shrimp boats. It's like a buffet for them. Everything that comes out of the back of those turtle devices that exclude the turtles and the bycatch devices, these sharks are sitting right here tearing it up. They'll actually come up and grab the back of these shrimp nets and tear holes in them as well. So it's like these shrimp boats are chumming for us, and we're taking full advantage of it.
All right, well, we've got a couple of lines rigged up here, real heavy stuff. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Going to be fishing with some live pogie. I want to show you a quick shot here. Before we got all the way out here, we stopped. Greg made one throw with his cast net and pulled up every pogie that we could possibly need, all in one throw. So we've got a whole live well, bait well back here full of, those are good sized pogies.
Oh
right?
yeah, they're great size. We call them turbos when they get like that. They're 6-7 inch pogies. They're great for doing what we're doing.
All right, we're gonna get rigged up here right behind this shrimp boat. We're gonna kill the engine, drift in behind it, throw those pogies out, see if we can get bit.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. By Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Welcome to the big leagues.
Wow.
Look at my bobber.
Wow.
Look at this.
Look at that.
He doesn't even have my bait yet. He's just.
Oh, he's got it now, Barry.
He's got it bobbered
Reel
down.
down on him,
Bobbered
get him.
down.
Get him, get him, get him.
Got it. Got
There
it.
he is.
Wow. What a deal.
Wow, that was cool. Who needs a tarpon when you got sharks?
Look at that dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Well, he's putting on a show, Barry. Wow. That's cool. Oh, man, that is so cool.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're on Fox Sports Outdoors today doing something that I've never done before. We've never done on this show in the 12-year history of what we've had going here. We are shark fishing today behind shrimp boats. As we showed you earlier, the sharks roam around eating the bycatch of the shrimp boats that they throw overboard, and we've been fighting this fish for about 5 minutes now. And again, what species of fish will this be?
This could be either a spinner or a blacktip. There's really only one way to tell, and that's to get him inside the boat and turn him over.
Oh, so they're very similar.
They look identical. Tore that fish up.
Big old shark.
Let it go
wow.
around again.
So he's got a D-hooker
And
now.
I'm not sure that this D-hooker is going to work. All right.
Got her out. Oh, got her out.
Good
All right.
job.
And away she swims.
Thank you, sir.
That wore you out a little bit there.
Yeah, the fun begins when they get beside the boat.
And that's a 6 or 7 foot fish?
That's a 6 foot, you know, that's a good starter fish for you.
Hey, right now let's get you some fishing and lake reports. Let's start off in the Carolinas, just up from here with Captain Inglis Glover.
Hey folks, it's time to talk fishing in the Carolinas. I'm Captain E with your Carolinas report. This week brought to you by Marshall's Marine. Located in Lake City and Georgetown, South Carolina, we're your bass boat leader since 1969. For all your nitro and bass tracker needs, visit www.marshallsmarine.com. And let's start in the saltwater, where right now the run of spot continues along the beach. We're sitting here under the Garden City Pier, where anglers are catching their limit of spot, which is 50 per person every hour. Also in the saltwater side of things, the backwaters are really heating up. Although that temperature's dropping, the speckled trout are falling victims to voodoo shrimp floated under a bobbing cork. Pop those corks along the grass lines as that water starts to move into the grass and get ready for some of the best trout of the season. And also the redfish, don't forget to throw baits out in the grass. Take a circle hook, preferably a 5 or 6 aught circle hook, put you a big chunk of mullet on it, throw it out in the grass, let it sit. Those redfish are moving in the grass to get a meal this time of the year. In the freshwater side of things, with the water temperatures dropping, the crappie are starting to move up into those shallower areas where the water's a little bit warmer, and they're getting on those crappie piles. Get on top of those crappie piles, target them about 5 feet over the pile with live minnows this time of the year for some of the best action. And also on Lake Murray, some of the striped bass action that has been going on there has been incredible. Late afternoons when the sun is at its best, those stripers are schooling up and they're catching some of the biggest striper of the season out there. This has been your Carolinas report, brought to you by Marshall's Marine. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Whoa!
Big one.
Whoa!
Look at that dude.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, Stransonic braid right here. 65-pound test Stransonic braid, 80-pound test leader. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you along today from St. Simons Island, Georgia, home of some of the best sport shark fishing you can possibly imagine. Captain Greg Hildreth today, and we're out following these shrimp boats around. You can see these shrimp boats just trolling around us. We're free-floating live pogies, letting them free swim out behind the boat. And these fish, when they get it, they just absolutely hammer it, take off. This one's run off about 100 yards of line. This may be a little while here, so hang with me here, and I'm just gonna be in Mortal Kombat for a little while. We're actually not in real deep water. We're in 8 to 15 feet of water, generally speaking. And the seas are really calm today. Not any wind, it's just dead out here. And so we can kind of do what we want to. I'm in my Mako 21 LTS, which has turned out to be just a perfect boat for doing this. It's really an inshore boat, but we got it out on the Atlantic today, and it's doing a great job.
I see the animal down there. Yes, sir. This is a black tip.
So this is the shark. This is the species we're looking for right here,
Yes,
black
sir.
tip shark.
That is
Just a
it.
good average size fish that will give you the fight of your life, I'll tell you. So we're gonna de-hook this fish and just let it go back.
A bit further. All right, you got it. Cool.
Okay, we cut her off. Now we're gonna let her swim away. All right, we got a couple of nice sharks going right here, so it's a good day. Let's get you some saltwater reports from Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi with Bob McNally.
This part of the program is brought to you by Mirror Lure, the right tools to catch them. From topwater plugs to subsurface models to deep running lures like the deadly Heavy Dean. Turn on the bite anytime. Tie on a Mirror Lure. Well, cool weather continues to turn on a lot of fish along the southeast coast. Flounder especially are moving down out of the rivers and creeks and into the sounds and bays toward the more open waters with this cooling weather, and that's turned on a lot of fishing for flounder in that 2 to 5 pound class. Over in Alabama, I was talking to Mike and Dolores Marcus. They had some great fishing in 3 to 8 feet of water, fishing jigs tipped with gulp, but grub jigs can do also very well. Fish slowly around rock, rubble, and docks, shell bar drop-offs. Any kind of a drop-off you can find can hold plenty of flounder. And these fish move a lot. People don't know how much flounder can move just in a single tide. So if you don't find them in one place, just keep moving and you'll eventually locate those pods of flounder. Pick up 2, 3, 4 here and there and keep moving, you'll find some others. Remember to fish very slow. Flounder like a slowly moving bait this time of the year because the water temperatures are dropping. And tip it with something. If you're not going to use gulp or some other type of a bait, tip it with a mud minnow, tip it with a small mullet, even a piece of shrimp. I was talking to my oldest son Eric in Biloxi, and he fished the Biloxi Marsh over near Bay St. Louis in Mississippi. And he says pretty much the same thing. He was fishing for redfish. They caught a lot of fish, some very big ones up to about 25 pounds, but also some nice slot fish. But it was all sight fishing. He says the water was dark. He had to look for them, and he would find them and cast to them. And the fish had a hard time locating the lures. So he ended up again going to gulp. He says a piece of crab or a shrimp bait is going to be really deadly for these redfish now. Eric also says in Mississippi that the trout are moving up into the rivers, into the deeper holes. And again, they want a slow presentation jig or a live shrimp. In Georgia, I was talking to Judy Helmy in Savannah, and she says small kingfish have started to make a pretty good run along that part of the coast. The CCA reef and the Savannah snapper banks have been giving up some king mackerel. Further south in Georgia, around St. Simon's Island, Captain Tim Cutting is doing very well on trout, catching some limits using live shrimp, and also slot redfish, and some big bull reds are still on the outside edges of the barrier islands there in southeast Georgia. So that's it for the coastal south. Remember, get out on the water and take a young person with you when you go.
This portion of the show is brought to you by JimmyJacobsOutdoors.com, your source for southern sporting adventure information. Visit our online bookstore for guidebooks on trout fishing, saltwater fishing, and hiking in the region. Now the weather is really beginning to get cold across the south. We've had our first Arctic blast come through, and daytime temperatures are still getting up into the 60s, so the fish are still feeding, fattening up for winter. These cooler temperatures have several species biting on northwest Georgia's Carter's Lake. This Coosawhattie River impoundment near the town of Ellijay is the second deepest east of the Mississippi, drops down to over 400 feet deep near the dam. Right now, the spotted bass are chasing shad schools along the rocky banks, and they may be as deep as 50 feet down. To catch these fish, you need to find those shad schools as well. Check out the banks that still have some standing timber on them. Lures to be using are jigs, spoons, or drop shot rigs, and fish them vertically is a good tactic for catching these fish. Walleyes are also feeding on this lake, and if you catch one while you're targeting the spotted bass, it's a good idea to grab a night crawler, tip your jig with it, drop it back down. You may catch some more of these fish. You want to look for the walleyes in the upper end of the reservoir. Over in northeast Alabama near the town of Jasper, the striped bass are active right now on Lewis Smith Lake. This Sipsey River reservoir covers 21,000 acres, and it's another deep one. The stripers right now are pushing the shad schools up to the surface, and if you see this surface feeding activity, throw a big swim bait into it, crank it several times and pause, crank it some more. Most of these fish are going to be about 12 pounds, but 30 pounders are possible on this reservoir. Now over in Mississippi, on the Ten Tom Waterway, Aliceville Reservoir is the place to be for big cats in November. If you want to catch a flathead, you want to target the upper end of the lake. For a big blue cat, go downriver.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Mercury Marine, celebrating 75 years of marine excellence. By Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability. And by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker.
Whoa, Captain Greg!
There we go, there we go.
Captain Greg
There's a screamer.
Hit one.
Oh, stop, shark. Please stop. Oh, Barry, come help me.
No, I'm not helping nothing.
Oh, I see he's got a wingman back there.
I got one
and
too.
you're on.
We got doubles.
Oh, a double.
So we have double sharks. We pulled in behind this shrimp boat.
Oh.
How much line of the sonic braid do you have on these reels?
Golly, I think there's 450 yards of 65 on here, but they're showing us parts of it that I hadn't seen before.
Wow. What happened there was Greg hit his, And I was trying to reel in, as you saw, to get out of his way, and one swam up behind it and ate it, and I think he just came off.
Oh, goodness. Goodness, you did that on purpose.
That one just came off, but Greg's still hooked up here, and he's nowhere near having this fish whipped right now.
No,
this fish,
sir.
He made a couple of big runs, but this fish has still got lots left in him. So Greg's reaching down and palming the reel and putting a little more pressure on the fish when he gets her up here. Until she does that.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do.
There she is right there. Look at that bad boy.
Perfect hook.
Look at that big boy. Wow.
Perfect hook.
Got her hooked in the corner.
Yeah, right in the corner.
Wow. All right, we're gonna pull this fish back and let you see what this shark looks like. There's what a giant shark looks like. Wow.
How about some of that?
Man, this thing is 100-something pounds of pure beef muscle right there. Way to go, man. What a horse. This is what we came here for, and you can do this too. You can book a trip. He does this all the time. It's as close to a guaranteed thing out here as there is on the ocean. We'll give you his information at the end of the show, but we are going to release this fish. But I want to just give you a good look at what a big black tip shark looks like. All right, Greg, way to go.
1, 2, 3, oh yeah.
Woo, man. Stay with us. Right now, let's get you some more local fishing and lake reports. Let's go to Tennessee and Kentucky. Here's Kristen Howland.
Hey folks, welcome to this week's Tennessee and Kentucky Fishing Report. It's brought to you by Benton County, Tennessee. When you're looking for your next getaway in the outdoors, look no further than Benton County, Tennessee. It hosts all the amenities an outdoorsman could ask for. World-class fishing of all species, incredible hunting, tons and tons of public access, nature trails, parks, and incredible, beautiful scenery. Whether you're looking for a place to take your family or just looking for your next outdoor getaway, look no further than Benton County, Tennessee. Guys, the fishing in Tennessee and Kentucky right now is full-blown fall fishing. It's what we've been waiting on, it's what I've been talking about, I've been counting down to it, and it is here. The fish are going nuts. I'm going to talk to you right now about just the region as a whole. The bass fishing is off the charts. It's the size may not be what you get in the early to summer to late spring, but the numbers are unparalleled. The fish are schooling, the fish are chasing bait. It's just incredible. The surface temp on Kentucky Lake here at New Johnsonville is about 62 degrees, and that's going to be pretty standard for most of the bigger bodies of water in this region. The fish are chasing lipless crankbaits like a Strike King Red Eye Shad, a KVD 1.5 Square Bill. There's a really good swim bait bite, but the greatest deal right now is a topwater. You just find you a shallow bar, a shallow flat, something that a ditch runs next to, something where there's some cover, be it grass or brush or rock, and look for bait, and it's on. The crappie's not too far behind them. The crappie fishing has went from relatively cold to red hot. Anywhere where those fish are a migration route. Brush piles, stake beds on shallow cover next to deep water. And you drop a plastic bait in there and it is lights out right now. So I'd advise you to get here and enjoy it while you can. Guys, we'd love to see you on the water in Tennessee and Kentucky. God bless.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Costa Sunglasses. See what's out there. By Luz, setting a new standard in fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Strike King Lures, #1 in fishing. By Lowrance Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for our Ask the Pro question, your chance for advice from professional anglers. This week, Don wants to know, how often should the average weekend angler change fishing line? For the answer, we checked with two-time Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Aaron Martin.
The average weekend angler, line goes bad, not from fishing it, but from actually if you go out and catch a whole bunch of fish and you're basically stretching the line over and over and over again, or say you snag, and even when you go to snag on a long cast and you snag out there and you go to break it off, and no matter what fishing line is, it's going to break your line down. So if you want to make your line last and you're just weekend fishing and you're not in a tournament situation, it's actually, you're better off to go up close to your snag and pull straight up on it. That way you don't ruin the rest of your line, but that will actually affect your line. And I'd say normal fishing, you can go a couple weeks of 7, 8, 10 days of fishing.
Thanks, Aaron. If you have a question to ask one of the pros, go to our website, follow the Ask the Pro link, and send us your information. Now let's find out which big fish photo wins someone a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Each week here on our show, someone wins a free pair of Costa sunglasses. And congratulations to this week's winner. He is Geoff Hastings of Scottsboro, Alabama, showing a 10.2-pound largemouth bass he caught out of Lake Guntersville in Alabama. If you would like to be our next winner, all you have to do is go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. On the right side of the front page, click in the Costa Catch of the Week box, follow the instructions, send us your photo, and each week we'll pick a winner. And if you'd like to see all of the Costa frame and lens styles, go back to the front page of our website, click on the Costa logo, and you can see them all there, including the frame style that I was wearing on this week's episode. It's a great one. It's called Salt Break. This week on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, it's the right gear if you want to catch a big shark at St. Simon's Island, Georgia. Now, rather than focusing on the gear, I want to focus on you being with the right charter captain. So I'm going to give you all the information if you'd like to book a trip here. His name is Greg Hildreth. Not only does Greg guide for the big sharks here, and if you've never caught one, it's the thrill of a lifetime, but he also guides for some giant tarpon. They run well over 100 pounds right here in these waters. It very well may be the most tarpon anywhere in the northern hemisphere. You can book a guide trip at the web address, the email address, the telephone number you see on your screen. One of the great poets of all time, Robert Browning, once wrote, "A man's reach should always exceed his grasp." Or to put it much more simply, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. How will you ever know what you're capable of, what your limits are, if you never reach out and try something new and take a risk? I'm basically a conservative person at heart, but over the last few years, I've learned to take a few more risks, and many times the rewards thereof are great. I hope you enjoyed our trip catching these giant sharks today at St. Simon's Island, Georgia. It's a new destination for me, but I can assure you I will be back. It is a great adventure. Don't forget to join us for next week's show. We'll be on Thursday at 6 p.m. with the repeat airing Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. And if that time ever changes, you'll be the first to know right on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com, where you can always see the latest episode of our show 24/7. And something new this season, we've got pages right on our website with all of our past archived episodes from this season, from last year, lots of how-to videos, instructional videos, new product videos. It's all at our website. Check it out at foxsportsoutdoors.com. From Georgia, and the home of big sharks, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.